This year, 32 AD, local sources report that Jesus performs his most impressive miracle thus far, and the kingdom of Goguryeo deals another blow to the Han dynasty. Welcome to the Yearly Histories, where we will highlight the major events that take place in the Common Era, year by year. Last year, we saw the commander of the Praetorian Guard, Sejanus, being arrested and executed on the order of Emperor Tiberius. Sejanus was replaced by Naevius Sutorius Macro, and Jesus reportedly performed additional miracles around the Sea of Galilee. The chaos surrounding the retribution against Sejanus and his associates continues on in the capital of Rome this year, but elsewhere, upon the summit of a high mountain, Jesus is in the presence of three of his closest followers, the disciples, Peter, James, and John. Jesus then begins to shine with bright rays of light. Next, Moses and Elijah suddenly appear, and he speaks with them. A bright cloud overshadows them, and a voice from the cloud declares, quote, "This is my son, whom I love. With him I am well pleased. Listen to him." Unquote. Overcome with awe, the disciples fall face down, and when they look up, Jesus is alone again, appearing as before. To the disciples, this profound event reinforces Jesus' divine identity and his fulfillment of the law and the prophets. In another reported event, Jesus acts out his most impressive miracle yet. Lazarus, a close friend of Jesus and the brother of his friends, Mary and Martha, had fallen ill and died in Bethany. When Jesus arrived 4 days after Lazarus' death, Martha expressed her faith that God would grant whatever Jesus asked. Jesus declared, quote, "I am the resurrection and the life," unquote, and assured her that Lazarus would rise again. Jesus, deeply moved by the grief of Mary, Martha, and the mourners, went to the tomb. Despite objections about the odor from the decomposing body, he commanded the stone to be rolled away. After praying aloud to God to demonstrate his divine authority, Jesus called out, "Lazarus, come forth." Lazarus emerged from the tomb, still wrapped in burial cloth, alive and restored. These miraculous events continued to prepare the resolve of Jesus' followers for the increasingly difficult trials ahead. The supposed otherworldly acts by Jesus have borne witness to make them true believers that he is indeed the Messiah. Jesus has also been styling himself as the suffering servant, a title that links his identity as the Messiah with imagery of suffering and sacrifice described in Isaiah's servant songs. However, many detractors to Jesus still remain and reside in high office. He is accused of blasphemy, undermining religious authority, and generally being a threat to political authority. He continues his journey to Jerusalem as the year ends in this part of the world. In the east, the struggle continues between King Daimyo of Goguryeo against the powerful Han dynasty under Emperor Guangwu. Over the years, Daimyo has been making incremental gains, expanding his border by swallowing up minor states in the surrounding territory. Goguryeo attempted to inflict additional mayhem in China as they raided their territory at the height of their civil war, especially while it descended into a mess of feuding warlords at the collapse of the Qin dynasty and the restoration of the Han. Emperor Guangwu ordered the invasion of Goguryeo in 28 AD, but that endeavor was unsuccessful. As Emperor Guangwu is still dealing with rowdy warlords in the west, Daimyo orders an invasion of the Han client kingdom of Nakrong. This move is successful, and he defeats the army of Nakrong, cutting them off from Han suzerainty. Emperor Guangwu will have to address the more pressing threat of the aggressive warlords in western China before delivering his vengeance on Goguryeo. We will leave this year, 32 AD, with reports of Jesus performing multiple dazzling miracles, and Daimyo continuing to be a thorn in the side of the Han. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to be notified when the next iteration of the Yearly Histories will be released. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next year in 33 AD to continue the fascinating stories of the world of antiquity and cover its major events.